does speed reading meet the conditions of focus on the message, on the meaning, easy material, pressure to go faster, and quantity of practice? So look for at least 2 or 3 features of a speed reading course which meet those conditions. Go. Okay, let's see. Life is short, we must move on. Okay, any suggestions? Now we've got message focused. What about the activity makes it strongly message focused? Right, so you've got comprehension questions. So when learners do the reading, they know that they're going to be questioned, their comprehension is going to be questioned, so that gives them a strong focus on the message of the text. There's another feature there too, which makes it a message, strongly message focused, and that one is you're not allowed to look back. Yeah? So can't look back. So that means you must read with a message focus right from the beginning. Okay, what about easy material? What makes the material easy? Yeah, pictures? Yeah. So you've got some pictures, and what the pictures can do is to prime your background knowledge of this, and then that means that when you read, then the pictures have helped you develop, bring forward the background knowledge you have about it. What else? Huh? The title? Yep. Well, if you have several on the same topic, okay, so that makes it easier because you get a lot of background knowledge coming. Yep. What about from a vocab perspective? You've got to keep me happy, folks. Talk about vocabulary. Huh? Yeah, well, it's vocabulary control. The texts are written within a limited vocabulary. So in book 1, they're all at the 500 level. In book 2, they're all at the 1,000 level, and so on like that. And this is very important because you don't get fluent working with difficult material. And there's actually some good, beautiful research, actually, which has now gives evidence to support that idea. And we don't have time to talk about it. Okay. And also another way is If the topics are familiar topics that learners know something about, then this can make the reading easier as well. Okay, let's look at number 3, pressure to go faster. Timing. Okay, so you got time. So the reading is timed. You don't time the answering of the questions, you only time the reading passage. And it's a learner's responsibility to write down the time and to put it onto their graph. Good, another feature? Yeah, the graph. Yep, yeah, the graph. Just trying to increase your grade, are you, Carl? Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Well, I would even put that as a third one, so you've done double here. Good. And that would be, it's possible to set goals for each learner. When the learners start to do their reading and they enter their score on the graph, after they've done about 3 pieces of reading, you can say, I think you should set your goal at reaching 150 words per minute. And you can draw a line across their graph and say, once your speed gets above this line, you've really done well on this course. And you can set a different goal for each learner if you like, or you can get learners to try and set their goals. Older learners who knew a little bit about the nature of speed reading could probably do that. Okay, quantity. How do we get the quantity factor? Regular practice. Okay. So regular practice means it's no good doing speed reading once a week or doing it 2 or 3 times and said, speed reading, yep, we did that last week. What's next? Speed reading course has to persist. Now, Dr. Chung has done research in Korea on speed reading, and one of the things she looked at was to see, do learners make most of their increase in the first 10 passages or in the second 10 passages and so on? She found that everybody benefited from reading all 20. Most people made their biggest increase in the first 10. Most people, but not all. And even those who made most of their increase in the first 10 still improved in the second group of 10 passages. So it is worth persisting with speed reading courses. Okay, what else with quantity of practice? Length of texts. So the texts in speed reading courses are several hundred words long. They're usually at least 300 or 400 words long, and some of the longer ones could be up to 1,000 words long. In fact, one of my colleagues at the moment is working on an advanced speed reading course where the texts are going to be at least 2 pages long, and designing this to be used with academic vocabulary so that quite advanced learners can become fluent with academic vocabulary. Well, that's great. So what we've done is to look at the nature of fluency development. Fluency activities involve focus on the message, working with really easy material, some pressure to go faster, and quantity of practice. We've looked at a speaking activity, 432, which puts these conditions into practice. We've now looked at speed reading courses, which put these into practice. It's possible to have writing fluency activities. A very useful one is 10-minute writing, where 2 or 3 times a week the learners write for 10 minutes, focusing on how much they can write within 10 minutes. The teacher doesn't correct the work. The teacher just responds to the message that they write and says, that was interesting, write more about that. Or tell me more about such and such. And the learners keep a graph of how many words they wrote in 10 minutes, and then you see what happens over the period of time. And you need fluency development activities for each of the 4 skills of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But once you get the idea that there are these 4 conditions which are needed for fluency, it's not hard to develop and to recognize fluency activities when you see them. Thank you for your patience. Yeah? What? What's my website?
What's your webpage?
Unfortunately, I can't remember. But If you type my name into Google, Paul Nation, that'll take you to my webpage. I'm sponsored by Google, folks.